Hey, what's up, sports bettors? Matt Modi with OddsJam. And what we're going to do here, get some early lines in, early bets in for tomorrow's MLB betting slate. There's a couple plays posted here on the OddsJam positive EV page. Filtered the date range to tomorrow, the 30th. Filtered the league to MLB. And what we have here are our MLB bets for tomorrow, July 30th. Just to do a little bit of a recap, it's been a little bit of a rough week specifically with baseball bets. So for the week, I'm down, as you can see on the screen here, $550. This is from Monday to today. I would say, honestly, probably like 900 of the loss is probably baseball. If I had to guess, I have had some success with the WNBA. So all the loss this week is mostly just baseball. So overall, for baseball season, down about 1,200 overall. I will say, for those of you that had been following me along on during this stretch right here, where a really bad 5 of 6 weeks, that was mostly baseball. I think at worst it was down about 4K total, specifically with baseball. So I got it down to about 400, and then a little bit of a rough stretch back up to down 12K, like I said, 1.2K. Everything is being tracked in terms of this week on the OddsJam Discord. So if you do want to get access to all mine and Alex's best bets, we post everything in the paid section of Discord. Or if you just want to join for the free features, we have some free stuff as well. Everything is tracked in this profit sheet. So unsurprisingly, we've only been tracking this heavily for about a week now. As you can see, there weren't that many plays up until about the past week because of the rough stretch that we were on, down about 8 units. But what I will say, majority of that was a horrible streak on the 21st. As you can see, a lot of red here. And after that, we've mostly been up. A little bit of a lull earlier this week, but yesterday was really good. Up about just above 9 units specifically yesterday. Alex and I have some stuff pending today. We'll have to track and see how that goes. I'm assuming we'll be in the green by the end of today, but we will see. But everything is tracked in the Discord, so definitely recommend checking it out. The link to the Discord is in the description of the video, as well as is the link to this profit sheet. So even if you're not a paid member or even a member to Discord at all, you just want to check out the profit sheet, you can. Everything is tracked in this sheet. And if you do want to take advantage, we're actually running a promo, 66% off. If you just use a promo code OJ66 between now and football season. So make sure to take advantage of that up until football season, when we fine tune everything. And we'll really start cashing during football season. But in general, the Discord, I would say the sales pitch here is, my job, Alex's job as the OddsJam co-founder, Randall's job is to line shop, to hunt on OddsJam, finding the best plays. Unfortunately, we can't record a YouTube video for every single one, so we end up posting a lot of plays on the OddsJam Discord. So if you do want to sign up for our paid picks, understanding that you don't necessarily have the time to do all the line shopping that Alex and I do, so just go ahead and subscribe to the OddsJam Discord, and you'll get access to all of our expert picks, and we can all start cashing together. But for this video, there's a play that I identified that I really liked, and it's actually not on the positive EV page here, but I did find it using the positive EV page. It's just not one of these plays. So the play here is the over in the Blue Jays versus Tigers, but I actually ended up taking it at a different amount, because if you just click this page, it only shows Caesars and one other book, as we're still kind of getting early lines. But if you open the event page in a new tab, it pulls up the entire market. So this was the positive EV play, plus 140 on Caesars, plus 129 on the OddsJam line. But I did just looked into this one a little bit. I actually like a half point lower. So we're getting it at the run at 9, as opposed to 9.5 the total runs, but at plus 115 odds. So we're getting half a point lower, but we're getting the obviously we're paying for the less favorable odds because of that. But the reason why I like this one is, as we can see, the only other books that give us lines for this are Bookmaker and the OddsJam line, two really sharp offshore books. The OddsJam line obviously is pulled from the most accurate sportsbook in the world, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. So these numbers are going to be the sharpest. But Bookmaker is also universally regarded as another sharp book. So I like comparing odds to not only the OddsJam line, but to other sharp books as well, just to get a better idea of how everything is priced. And as we can see, so OddsJam plus 107, Bookmaker minus 101, Caesars all the way up at plus 115. Clear outlier, clear pricing difference between the two books. I also like this one because it is, in fact, positive expected value. So if the OddsJam line, the OddsJam positive EV page shows the no vig odds of each play, it also shows the market width. But you can still calculate all that by using the OddsJam tools. Market width is pretty easy. You just calculate the difference between these two numbers. So 20 minus 7 equals 13. 13 cents in market width. Very, very tight market on that one. That's one reason why I liked this one, the over 9 better as opposed to 9.5, because it's a little bit of a tighter market. And just to kind of comment on what all that stuff means, market width is a way in which we can measure confidence in what lines are being priced at. Basically, the logic being the closer these two numbers are together means more confidence in what the OddsJam line's being priced at. The more confident they are, the closer they'll have the lines priced. So market width just calculates the difference between the two, and anything that is 25 and below is generally a good tight market. Anything that is 15 and below is almost really tight market, almost McSlam worthy depending on the play. And this one being at 13 is perfect, well within range. So the no vig odds, basically the way this makes sense is sports books, the way they make their money is they charge a vig or they charge juice. I like to call it the tax that they price the odds themselves. So whenever you're shopping, $4.99 doesn't mean $4.99. They charge a tax. It's the same thing with sports betting. So the example that is the easiest to understand are just 110 odds each way, right? Minus 110 each way. So the math behind that is if I were to bet $100 on something at minus 110 odds, that bet wins, I profit $90. That bet loses, I lose all 100. So I put $100 on one side. Let's say another sports bettor puts $100 on the other. No matter what, the sportsbook profits $10 in that situation. So the goal of sports books is to have equal payouts on each side, and then they just charge the vig and make the difference. So in order to get an accurate representation of what sports books price odds at, you need to remove the vig. And in this case, to get the vig, you just type in both sides of the line, plus 107, minus 120. So in this case, puts the true odds of this at plus 112, plus 113. So getting it at plus 115 is still positive expected value. So the vig, like I said, gives you the true representation of the line with the vig removed. So plus 113 equates to a winning percentage of just about 47%. And the implied odds of plus 115 is higher than that amount, has a less likely win percentage at plus 115, which is another way of looking at positive expected value, another way of kind of thinking whether a bet is positive EV or not. So from a math perspective, everything kind of checks out here. It's positive expected value, plus 107 minus 120 equals plus 113. In terms of the true odds, we got it on Caesars at plus 115. So this is going to be a 2-unit play for me, a 1-unit play over 9 plus 115 odds, $50 is a 1-unit play. Place bet, and we are good to go. So everything kind of checks out from a math perspective. Bet has been locked in. Looking at this from just a handicapping perspective, I admittedly don't do a ton of, I don't go into that much detail handicapping on these videos, but I like to just kind of look and see where things are. It won't necessarily talk me out of it, but just to get an idea. So it's a home game for the Blue Jays, which is good. Drew Hutchinson on the mound for the Tigers, which is good. Now, Ross Stripling for the Blue Jays is a good pitcher, so that is going to be a little bit difficult with runs being hard to come by for the Tigers. But one thing that I really like looking at is just ballpark factors. So I just literally Googled what are the best hitting ballparks. And I found this stat here that basically the Blue Jays Rogers Center has a 1.12 rating for home run factor, which means that the park boosts home runs by about 12%, which is the 5th best in the entire MLB. The teams ahead of it, no surprise, Dodgers, Rockies, White Sox, Reds, hitting parks, but the Blue Jays are right up there, 12% edge in terms of the home run factor. So hopefully we can get players to hit the long ball on the Blue Jays, specifically like Vladimir Guerrero, Bo Bichette, getting them to hit the long ball, and then hopefully the Tigers can get enough for us to push this over. But this is going to be my official early best bet for tomorrow. Over 9 runs in the Tigers Blue Jays, plus 115 odds on Caesars. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Let me know if you're tailing. Would love to hear it. But that's all I got. So appreciate you guys watching, and have a good one.